Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Very excited for today's beer. It actually might be one of the oldest beers I have in my cellar, or had since I'm about to drink it. It's from 2011. It's currently 2019. It's a beer I quite like and haven't had in a while. And it was actually a gift for dog sitting for my friends Matt and Sarah. So that was very sweet of them all those years ago, and I still have it. If you don't know about this beer, J.W. Lee's. Harvest Ale, vintage limited edition. This fully fermented strong ale has been brewed as a celebration of the brewer's art. It can be enjoyed now or laid down like a vintage wine for enjoyment in years to come. Obviously, I'm not drinking this fresh. It has been aged for years. It's 11.5% ABV out of England. Um, I think that's all I really need to say about that. They do a lot of barrel aged versions of this too. They come in smaller bottle formats, which is also nice. I have a couple of those. I just don't think they're quite as old as this, um, but I might have something older, or even one of these older. Definitely not something this big. It'd be one of those ones aged in a barrel. Anyway, maybe I should have cut some of this wax down because it's being a bigger pain than I thought it would. And let's see if I got my knife here. Yeah, you can tell this is old because from the first time I waxed bottles, I was using a different wax back then. Super annoying. Oh, I can smell it already. So, in terms of like it being an aged beer, it's in a green bottle, which always kind of like weirds me out. Well, than any beer, because you can get more skunking out of a green bottle. But that a beer that they're like telling you, like, hey, age this. But I'm not gonna assume anything. I'm not gonna assume the worst. But anyway, so it's been pretty much been in the dark anyway. Was the point I even bring up? Why I bring up it being in a green bottle? Um, um, it went from when I lived in an apartment from a closet to a um, cellar that was also had a closed door to my current house where yeah it's just light, so really exciting stuff. I just how much head there is, so I was trying to keep it going with the chatting. About three fingers ahead, it's a light khaki. It's like white to khaki. What I'm seeing is a little darker than what you guys are seeing for the whole beer, not just the head. It's weird. It's got these small bubbles, and then in the middle, it's got these like bigger medium bubbles. It's almost like sandwiched in there. Head's going down nicely. Kind of reminds me of like a very yeast-driven like Belgian ale that has so much fluffy head and how it kind of starts dissipating. The beer itself looks like, and again, what you're seeing is a little different. What I'm seeing, it's kind of like a dark apple cider. More what I'm seeing, a little bit of a ruby red in there, super burnt orange kind of a color. But yeah, it definitely looks the part. I didn't like roll the bottle or anything, so there might be. I'm sure there's like a decent amount of sediment. I can't see through it enough, but I don't think I probably got any in there. Let's get into the aroma. Definitely raisins. And then this like interesting burnt orange color, like, which is weird because that's one of the descriptors I use for the look, but almost has like this, like I don't know why you'd be cooking orange peels or something, but almost has like this burnt orange peel quality. A lot of burnt sugars, has some port as well, a wine, port wine. Grape skins. Yeah, come on in, Bruno. Bruno, come here. Bruno. Maybe he'll come in. Molasses. It has like this dry syrup quality, which is weird because usually syrups are very sugary. So it's making me kind of think molasses. Actually has a really strong molasses. Yeah. Some apple in there as well. There's a lot going on. That's why I keep going back. I'm not just trying to like seem like waste time or something. There's so many different things going on. I'm trying to pull them all out. Yeah, actually that apple is getting a little bit more dominant. And there's something else there. and it's something. It's for the molasses part of it is like maybe it's like a cookie I've had or something. There's like it's not ginger, but it might be a spice. But yeah, it smells pretty good. It's interesting. It's unlike any beer I've had in a while. Like I'm talking a long while. Um, it's not like any of the barley wines or as of late at least. It's not like excuse me, jeez. Um, Even like the wheat wines, the English style stuff. It's a little can be a little drier, can be a little sweeter. But anyway, yeah, smells awesome. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Oh wow. Okay. That is about wow, how much that follows the nose. Holy crap. There is some staleness to this. Um, Kind of like when people talk about that cardboard kind of a taste you can get in like oxidized beer. Just a little bit of that. It's not, I guess it is off-putting, but it's not particularly off-putting. And again, this is somewhere in the 7 to 8 years old range. So, um, but yeah, like it has that port note, it has a sherry note, um, it has that raisin burnt orange marmalade kind of a thing as well. Definitely has that molasses cookie, but not that sweetness. I can't overemphasize this. Although it has these sweet flavors, it's if you took some of the sweetness away while keeping the flavors still there. Um, like a prune skin kind of a thing, which is going with that raisin vibe. Um, Drinking this is interesting because sometimes um, it's kind of like what's the difference between something like this and a barley wine and a quad, and sometimes there's more obvious differences. Um, Quad having the candy sugar in it, for example. But like you can see the overlap and see how yeah, no, this is its own style. Um, the and I've talked about this a lot lately with aged beers, how like it kind of like bring these flavors together. I don't get huge spikes of things. They are all there and then just kind of like interwoven. It's not like dominant this thing. Um, yeah, it's good. It's different. It's kind of honestly, it's really refreshing to do something this different from what I've been reviewing. So it was not aged in barrels, for example. And beers this big, I've been kind of having barrel aged ones. About the first, I don't know, third of the sip is pretty sweet. Like in that portion, I could get more of like the sweeter barley wine, wheat wine kind of a thing, and I think wheat wines are inherently a little bit sweeter than barley wines, style wise. They can vary, obviously. Um, but then the last like two-thirds is where it kind of becomes its own thing. Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna say I like this better, fresher than this though, and it's probably coming across in this review. Um, uh, I still think it's worth aging, just maybe not as long as I have done it for, or just to keep it going, see if it comes back in a cool new way. But I might have one that was aged in a port barrel. Like that'd be a really strong barrel for this to accentuate that flavor. But yeah, cool beer. Thanks again all those years ago for dog sitting. He repaid me with this beer. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna sip on it. So 11.5. It's gonna take me a little bit to sip on it. Thank you guys for watching. Check me out on Instagram and Untapped. I'll have beer reviews at both those places. Always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.